Terrific atmosphere here in Liverpool. The English heavyweight title and a final eliminator for the British and Commonwealth title. David Price and John McDermott about to make their way to the ring. Drummed in by the corps of drums from the 2nd Battalion of the Duke of Lancaster Regiment. What a beautiful noise echoing around this famous old pavilion. It's a dangerous challenge for David Price against an opponent who deserves respect. First the drummers will be followed by our MC Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first of tonight's challengers for the vacant title from Horndon, Big Bad John McDermott.
When he's not in the ring, John McDermott is a specialist bronze worker. How ironic that tonight he's going to be plying his boxing trade on an Olympic bronze medalist, hoping in the process to restore his own reputation as a genuine British heavyweight contender, while at the same time tarnishing the prospects of Liverpool's big hope, David Price. He's a massive underdog, but John McDermott also says tonight he's ready to prove his mettle. Very fired up, almost angry in there. That's interesting. Some of the questions have been said about John McDermott is that he beats himself mentally. Well, he looks very ready for this. David Price coming up, Tony Bellew giving him a little handshake and a pat on the back as he comes through.
And now making his entrance, the second of tonight's challengers, presenting from his home city of Liverpool, the undefeated David Price.
And a standing ovation for the big Liverpool fan. You know, this city has produced so many great fighters down the years. It's a surprise that they've never raised a British heavyweight champion here on Merseyside. Is David Price the man who'll bring that long wait to an end? The genial giant has scaled great heights as an amateur. Now he stands just one victory away from a shot at the British heavyweight crown. But it's also the night he has to prove he can compete for real at that level.
Well, he's come into the ring looking very confident. He's untested, but he knows he's untested. Will he start tentatively and work his way into this fight, or will he look to claim the centre of the ring and dominate straight from the off? I think that could be crucial in the way this fight pans out.
Well, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. And you can see the weights there. David Price always checks in around that kind of weight. But John McDermott is making quite a fuss at his official weigh-in yesterday. That's what he checked in at. He says today, this morning, on his own scales, he was 18 stone 3, and that he's been working very hard on his conditioning as well. Looking at him, I'm inclined to agree with him as well. So a little bit of a debate and some controversy there. What is John McDermott's real weight? But no dispute about this. This is their record so far. McDermott vastly more experience. Price, though, 11 fights and a huge favourite because 9 of them have ended inside the distance. And he's a big favourite with the bookies as a result of that. 8-1 on to win. They don't think it's going to go points, and if it does, they don't give McDermott much hope at all. If you fancy a draw, well, good luck with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Maloney Promotions, sponsored by CYC, York Fitness, Red Square Vodka and Southwark Medals, live and exclusive on Sky Sports HD Fight Night Live. Proudly presents 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the vacant English heavyweight title and final eliminator for the British and Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship. Stood in charge at ringside, Mr. Jeff Bolter, timekeeper Andrew East, matchmaker Mr. Jimmy Gill. The three scoring judges at ringside this evening are Phil Edwards from Preston, Steve Gray from Fleetwood, and Dave Paris from Leeds. Finally, when the action commences, the star referee in charge of the action this evening, Mr. Howard Foster from Doncaster. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white coloured shorts trimmed with blue. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 19 stone 5 pounds. His excellent record reads this evening 33 contests, 26 wins. 17 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only 7 defeats. He comes to the ring this evening as the current Southern Area Heavyweight Champion, presenting from Horndon, Big Bad John McDermott. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the red coloured shorts trimmed with gold. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 17 stone 9 pounds. His perfect record reads 11 contests, 11 wins, 9 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, he struck a gallant bronze medal. Presenting from Liverpool, the undefeated David Price. Mr. Foster with his final instructions, 12 3-minute rounds.
Okay, lads, spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know what I expect. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both you watch the heads. Good luck to you both, touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Anything can happen with the heavyweights, but here's a stat we haven't seen yet. David Price, first round wins 4. John McDermott, first round wins 9. If they land, they can get rid of opponents quickly. Anything can happen. And we are ready for what could be an explosive night of British heavyweight boxing. This officially for the English title. The winner gets a shot at the British title. And will McDermott come out flying, as he said he would? He's certainly come out to mean business. And as much as Price has got rid of people really early, McDermott has only ever been bombed out early once. Matt Skelton did that to him in 79 seconds back in 2005.
Yeah, I think he probably froze that night, but it's pretty obvious there. Oh, beautiful shot.
We are in for an explosive night. The first meaningful punch David Price landed has put McDermott on the floor. He looks okay. It looks like a flash knockdown, but Price knows he can hurt him. And is that right hand going to devastate big John McDermott? He's going for it here, Price. And gets him again with that other right hand. McDermott pounds the canvas in frustration. This wasn't the script he saw for himself, and he's all over the place on his legs. Now is Howard Foster going to give him a chance?
One more punch to finish us. No.
That's it. That's unbelievable. This just doesn't happen to John McDermott. And he's done. He's counted out. What on earth has David Price got in that right hand of his? It is a lethal weapon.
Well, we knew John McDermott had to take chances to get himself into this. David Price, well, we're talking about Price underestimating the other way around. No chance, and the punches that did the job were tremendous punches.
Tony Bellew among the happy crowd. The only person who won't be happy is Bradley Orr, the QPR player, who's his best mate from school. He's on a train on his way up here. He was praying it was going to go long so he could catch some of it. He may not have even got in the building. David Price won't mind. 2 quick wins against Raphael Butler and Tom Dallas. But this against John McDermott, really something special. McDermott was highly motivated for this one. Said he'd never trained harder. and he was just blown away.
I think maybe he was too highly motivated because he was charging in. He didn't seem to have a thought in his head. He wanted to bully Price, he wanted to make an early impression, but he didn't seem really to have a plan apart from that. The first knockdown punch landed as Price was being backed up. That showed a little bit of quality. So I think Price showed what a real prospect we have heading towards the British title, and even further, I would think. But he was backed off to the ropes. Beautiful shot. Back it came. Just drew McDermott straight onto the punch. Uppercut, bang on the chin. McDermott had landed his own shot, but the power was in the one that Price landed. And that was just the start of the downfall. He was never allowed to recover from this shot. A glancing blow from McDermott, which did land on the chin of David Price, let's remember. But from that point on, I think the job was over as far as John McDermott was concerned. He wasn't allowed to get his head cleared. Price gave himself the room, gave himself the space to get the punches out. At this point, I thought it was over. You can see McDermott in frustration, thumping the floor. I don't think he could believe what had taken place. But look at the power in these punches. Glancing shots here, but one behind the ear, causing the knockdown. Tremendous stuff. I mean, okay, the action was pretty much over by this point. I said in commentary that one more punch would finish the job, and that's pretty much what happened. I think McDermott mistimed the count. I mean, he could have got up a couple of seconds or two earlier, but what would have been the point? Because his legs were gone, his head was gone. He was going to be knocked out in the first round tonight. What a tremendous performance from David Price, pretty much faultless.
Well, he did try to get back up, but as you say, Jim, there was no point to it.
Yeah, he mistimed the count. I mean, he was looking at the referee, he was listening to the count, but I think he knew it was over. And look how delighted David Price is. He came in here tonight expecting the toughest night of his life. One round knockout, onwards and upwards towards the British title. And how confident must he be when he challenges for that?
Well, it's another tremendous statement and a real sense of excitement around this arena. Everybody is still here, everybody on their feet. There's been a lot of hype about David Price ever since his days as a really good amateur. Well, the hype can be translated properly now. This was a real test for David Price, and he sailed through it. A sensational one-round demolition of John McDermott.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 13 seconds of round number one, star referee Mr. Foster has reached the count of 10. Your winner by way of knockout, and he is the new English heavyweight champion from Liverpool, still undefeated, David Price. Your appreciation, please. A gallant John McDermott.